Hey everyone, last time we finished our Python series. But Python is a huge language and there are so many different ways to write your code. But some ways to write your code can make your code absolutely humongous, while other ways, or should I say other tricks, can make your code really compact and really easy to understand. So in today's video, I'm going to explain you 5 tips and tricks in Python which will make your life way more easier. So let's get straight into it. Tip number 1. Let's start with something extremely common in all of our programs, which is swapping values. A beginner usually writes something like this. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, and they make a temporary variable called temp is equal to A. A is equal to B, and B is equal to temp. This works, as you can see, no error, but it makes an extra variable and more lines of code, and there are more chances for mistakes. But Python allows something way more cleaner. We're just going to use 3 lines. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, and everything we did before, we'll just do this. A comma B is equal to B comma A. So why this works? So Python evaluates the right side first. B comma A becomes 10 comma 5 on this side. So this is literally 10 comma 5, and Python unpacks it into A and B, therefore getting our desired output. And no temporary variable is even needed. And why is this better? Because there's less code and it's impossible to mess up the order. Once you understand this, you'll never use the old method ever again. When we use loops, we often have to keep account of all the materials in there. To do that, we often count it manually in our code. For example, in a list called items, we have apple, banana, and cherry. And we keep an I equal to 0, and for item in items, print I item, I plus is equal to 1. And we run the code and we get 0, which is the first item as apple, then 1, which is our second item is banana, and 2, which is our third item is cherry. You see, this works, but you should always manually manage I by adding it with 1, and let's say you forgot to type this line of code and you run it, you get 0, 0, 0, apple, banana, cherry, which makes no sense. So to make this easier, Python makes it, to make this more easy for us, Python gives us the enumerate method. So to change our code, we'll remove the I completely. For index, comma, item in enumerate items, print index, comma, item. If you run the code, as you can see, it gives the same output. So what is enumerate doing? It automatically keeps track of the index, and it pairs each item with its position, and it removes manually setting up the counter. Why does this matter? It makes the code clean, and when you reduce the line of code, it reduces the probability of you making a bug. And it's just more easier to understand and just aesthetically pleasing. Most people think that else only works with if, but Python also allows else with loops. For example, if you have numbers is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, And for num in numbers, if num %2 is equal to 0, print odd, print odd number found, break, else print all numbers are even. So how does this work? The loop checks each number. If an odd number runs, or if an odd number is found, break runs, and if the loop finishes without breaking, else runs. So the rule is the else block runs only if the loop does not break. Why is this powerful? This is because this removes the need for any flags, extra variables, or any complicated conditions. It's perfect for searching, validation, and did we find something type of logic. Now, dictionaries, as we learned before, are quite powerful. Let's say if you have a dictionary of our data, curly brackets, name, colon, Alex, print, data, age. Because age does not exist, instead of writing extra checks that can actually crash our computer or our compiler, we use get. So if we run this, as you can see, it gives us an error. To prevent this, we just use the get method, which is print data.get age. And if you run the code, as you can see, it just gives us a plain old none. It prevents a default key error and makes your code safer and prevents unnecessary crashing. Now, the most important tip to save all of your time. It's literally making a 3-liner code of making a list using a for loop into just 1 line. It's called list comprehensions, which we have looked at before. Square is equal to square bracket for I in range 5, squares dot append. Oh, I typed squared first, remove the I, and append I square or I into I. It's good if you run the code. First, we should print square. Just remove the indent and run it. It gives us 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. But there's a way more cleaner way to do it. All in just 1 line. Square is equal to I multiplied by I for I in range 5. And if I print square and I run the code, as you can see, whatever we just did in 3 lines, we just did it in 1 line. So this is really good because it reduces the amount of lines and it shows your intent clearly. And it keeps all the logic in one place. If these tips and tricks helped you reduce the size of your code, then make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And stay tuned for the next video.